We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang, Cooley in the gang. Nothing better than a professor, watch him cook up coolin'. Big G, can't forget my nigga Mike Coolin'. Keep it hot like a pot of carrot, sweet as Mayberry. Question is she single? We'll find out when I call and I be geeking off G. Laughing till I'm nauseous, caution, they going all in. Leaving no stones unturned, no topic untouched. They love the guts and they fuck shit up. Brother I keep my money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Make sure you keep that money right. Glam sham, keep the jewelry tight, make sure you keep it. We on weekly, make sure you peep it. Matt King state of mind, the best kept secret. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, so do it. Introduce it, the gang and Mike Coolin'. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang. We be on the neck getting foolish. Live on the set with the gang and Mike Cooley. I'm just coolin'. Coolin' with the gang. Coolin' with the gang. Cooley in the gang.
You are tuned in to the Cooley and the Gang Show on Blockworks Radio.
What's going on, people? We are here. Peace and blessings. What's up, NJ Rich? Facebook user. Dang, why are we getting Facebook users now? I only usually see that on Shannon's page. I don't know who that is, but what's going on? We appreciate the love. Everybody, before we get started, you know what I always say. Take a second, hit that share button, tell them what we about to do, how we about to do it. Bring a friend in with you so we can get started. How y'all doing? Everybody have a good, productive week.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Everybody good, huh? Linnea, how are you, darling?
Doing good. Preparing for this so-called nor'easter.
Y'all getting another storm?
We supposed to get it between, I think it's supposed to start Friday.
Hold up, where at?
We at Baltimore.
Damn, bro, where you live?
Yeah, we don't need that. We definitely don't need that. If y'all would do it, just let it go and get it out the way. I got a couple weeks before I'm heading out of town, so get that out the way now.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, we had our snowstorm last weekend, and I'm telling you, when I say the South, had a little dusting. We had a little inch and a quarter. Shut the whole city down for 4 days.
What?
Everything was closed. It was snow coming. I mean, you should have seen them out there with that little bit of snow, making 1 foot snowmen, and kids was out there rolling around. Looked like they were just rolling on the ground. It was funny to watch, boy. But I said, hey,
how many times it snowed since y'all been down there?
Probably one in a blue moon.
3 times, maybe, that I can remember. This was probably the biggest over the weekend.
Wow.
This was the most over the weekend that we had ever got down here.
You remember we got it when we went to CIAA that year. It was a dusting, and everything was closed down. You can still see the lines in the street, and everything was done. So they ain't had no plans on putting no salt down, no nothing. The shit was gone by the next morning.
Shit, but that drive through Virginia down that bitch, boy, was whew. That motherfucker was something else trying to get down there.
Oh yeah, that one year we went to we was trying to beat the storm when we started riding, boy. Shit, yeah, you're right. By the time we got down to Richmond, it was it was bad. It was bad. You remember that, Rudy? Oh, when what happened? That year it was supposed to be a real bad storm, right? And we was leaving for CIAA, so we decided to get on the road early. But by the time we got to Richmond, it was bad. Chris was following. Chris.
Y'all had a car.
It was bad. I was like, dang. Well, guess what?
CIAA.
Yeah, we made
CIAA, man.
It ain't gonna be the same no more since Baltimore got their hands on it. Have y'all heard anything about it?
I've seen one party. I think Quick just posted a party. That's about all I've seen.
And I've seen Monica gonna be down here. That's about it. It ain't being promoted.
So they still got a couple of parties. I know some of the younger guys, they got a couple parties planned for that weekend. It's gonna be interesting. I'll tell you now, just my personal opinion, I'm not gonna be a part of it. I had a conversation with a guy that, you know, is a mutual friend of ours that does promotions, and I told him, you know, straight up and down, I think that this is the worst time to be doing CIAA. That's almost like rewarding a bad child. Like we have so many problems here in the city. Yeah, it'd be nice to get some money in the city, but damn, yo, you're not paying attention to the fact that we got a high ass murder rate. You're not paying attention to the fact that we got a lot of problems going on in the city. You're not going to deal with the problems first before you introduce company into your house. If you're struggling at home, you're going to tell more people come to your house. Shit just don't sound right to me.
Well, that shit crazy. That's crazy.
I agree. I agree 1,000%. But I mean, we'll see how it goes.
And I know that some people want to say, well, it's good for the city. Yo, we've seen some things that came to the city that were supposed to be good for the city that didn't pan out because we didn't do it the right way. Just like that when I told you about the NASCAR thing, when they brought the NASCAR thing to Baltimore, that was supposed to be an ongoing thing. I think they had it for 5 years. They came here, 1 or 2 years and was gone because, you know, they felt like there was so many complaints. People was complaining about the streets being backed up, and then the city was complaining about the streets being dirty. Damn, but y'all getting the money from NASCAR, clean the fucking streets up.
Right.
So what's the problem? And the same thing will happen with CIAA. You had the same problem. Now, I will say this. I don't think you're going to get the same traffic that we was getting down in Charlotte, because you can't ignore
Baltimore.
Yeah. You can't ignore the stigma that Baltimore has, you know, hanging over it. And we are continuing to break record numbers when it comes to murder. So I don't blame them. I do not blame them. Now here's the question I was asking myself. I said, you know, people are talking so much about how much money it's going to bring to the city, right? Now, if you got if you got children that are teenagers and you are talking about how much money it's going to bring to the city, would you want your teenage son or daughter to go downtown and party and be involved in all of this confusion that's going to be going on when CIAA coming? If you say yes, then I had to say to you, you must not be paying attention to the news, because it's definitely going to be problems, and the police presence is going to be ignorant down there. They're going to be stopping for everything.
And I don't think a lot of people realize. Remember, CIAA is a college event, so a lot of the parties you can be 18 to get into.
Right.
So I enjoyed my years in Charlotte.
Definitely.
I'm a pass. It's gonna be a no for me, dog. I'm a chill. I'm gonna stay down here unless y'all say y'all want to go somewhere else. But aside from, you know, first of all, the weather is not like CIAA is an outside kind of hanging, chilling event. People are moving and congregating and fellowshipping outside. Then, you know, you go to a party. It ain't none of that. The police get off the court. And like, no, we was able to chill, stand outside as long as we wanted to. Like, so it was just a different vibe. So we'll see how it plays out.
And I don't think we have enough spots to even host a lot of parties.
Well, I don't know what the power plant look like now. Then I know Quick's party is at the casino.
I think Rams Head.
Rams. So I think downtown Baltimore is a little bit more spaced out than uptown Charlotte. I think, you know, we may have had to walk 3 blocks, maybe 5 blocks, depending on if we wanted to get something to eat. Or we would jump in the Uber. I think like when you look at the harbor eat, like I think it's a little bit more with the hotel. I think it's a little bit more walking. And that walk, like I told the professor the other day, that walk a little longer when it's like 20, 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
1 block feel like you just walk 5 miles. So it's a different type of walk when that wind chill hits your fucking neck. So
it's
different type of walk. It's a different type of walk when you got 100 homeless people ask you for change, and you got the squeezy boys wiping your windows and shit and standing in the street too. It's a long ass goddamn walk. You gotta pay to walk up the street.
Do you know how many sticker boys is plotting and planning right now?
I know damn well they are. And check this out. Business gonna be good.
Well, the tourists, yeah.
So my dreams come true on Instagram. She says, let's add it's not enough police to police the crowd. They're severely understaffed. Yeah, they definitely gonna have to
it's gonna be popping.
It's gonna be all counties on deck. What's up, Nels? It's gonna be all counties on deck. You're gonna have to bring in Montgomery, Howard,
Anne Arundel.
Baltimore
and
County.
you know what? I like that
yeah.
comment.
Yeah, she's right. But they definitely gonna have to bring them in.
That's a great
State
point.
police gonna have a heavy presence. State police definitely gonna have a heavy presence. But that's the part though. My dreams come true in Charlotte. Yeah, the police were there, but and motherfuckers was getting shot. Like Dolph got shot at. It was a shooting in the club, but it's still like
let's be clear about the Dolph shit. Yo, Dolph got 100 rounds shot at his fucking truck. Yo, that's what happened to Dolph.
Yo, but then he still went and performed.
And the police presence didn't increase that. I could tell it seemed just like it didn't really change the environment. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. You know, all the promoters out there, you know, they ship promoters in from out of town for the shit like this. So, you know, it's gonna be enough money to be made. Just see what happens with it. Yeah. We'll see. On the health tip, I don't know much about this little thing I saw, but it says that cocaine e-cigarettes could help people struggling with addiction. Did y'all see this?
Say what now?
Cocaine e-cigarettes could help people struggling with addiction. A so-called crack pen could reduce the many harms of smoking cocaine, but will it work? And will people actually try it?
Now, here's what I think about that. This is so I might have mentioned this one time before. So years ago, before they made marijuana legal in so many places, I was on a call, right? I don't remember how I got the phone number, but I was on this call and they were talking about legalizing drugs, right? And one of the things the guy said in the very beginning is that when it's all said and done, all narcotics are going to be legal. All of them. He said the only thing is they're trying to figure out how to do it. He said, because you can't just say, okay, today we're going to make crack legal. He said they got to kind of wean you into it. They got to get you equipped with the idea that it's a possibility, right? So like little stuff like that, that's how they're going to wean people into the idea. Because see, once they do that, it's no holds barred. Now they can say, well, we're going to regulate coke. We're going to regulate coke too. So it's no big deal. The public didn't accept these pens. They can accept us saying that we're going to now regulate the doses of coke.
So where do you all stand on that? Like, do you think would there be a decrease in violence if drugs were legalized?
I think it will. I think it will be, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I think it will. First of all, I don't know if anybody's really paying attention, but this whole fentanyl thing, there's nobody in the streets that's creating fentanyl. Fentanyl had to come from somewhere, just like we were talking about how dope got introduced to the streets, just like we talked about how cocaine is introduced to the streets. Somebody or some group got fentanyl to hit the streets, right? So once you scare the public that are users and addicted, they're now going to start moving toward a more safer method. And if you're saying that you're going to offer me the same thing, give me that same high or better, because let me attest to something. Legal marijuana is definitely stronger than that shit you're getting on the streets. Absolutely, hands down. So when they start talking about coke and all that stuff, I'm sure they're going to be able to figure out ways to make it stronger, but safer or so-called safe for people who use it. Now, here's my thing. I asked myself a question years ago when they legalized marijuana. I said, well, because the government okays something doesn't make it morally right. Yes or no? And in my mind, I feel like just because the government says something is okay doesn't make it right. You still have to use your own moral compass and your own value system to decide what makes sense and what doesn't. if you're gonna utilize that source, or you're gonna utilize that, then just be okay with what it comes with it as far as morals and values are concerned. Not to mention, what people don't understand, but they're now finding out, is just because you have a medical marijuana card, or if you have a medical crack cocaine card, is not exempt you from losing your job. You still have to abide by the rules and regulations of your job, because it's going to be the same thing. Also, this is another means of preventing people from owning weapons too, because those who have medical marijuana cards cannot own or possess a handgun, or cannot possess a gun, right? They've taken that away from you.
I thought they lifted that though.
They might have, but as far as my understanding is, they haven't. But
so Nell says no, it's poverty is where the crime comes in this town. Is broke. My dreams come true says fentanyl is used to sedate elephants during surgery. People are crazy pressed to kill themselves just to get high.
True.
Let's get some.
So about the poverty thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with poverty, but poverty is a mindset. And because you can be somewhere and there's people who lived in the projects all their life, and yes, they lived in poverty, but their behavior was always on an upstanding level. We've all seen or know people whose grandmother grew up in the projects, or people who have grown up in the projects, but they always came to school like they had good sense. They always behaved like they had good sense. Some of them have moved on to better parts of life. So you have to say that it's not necessarily about where you live at, it's about how you think when you're living wherever you're living at. And if you decide to take a certain avenue because it was the easiest thing for you to do, and use that excuse that because I grew up in the projects, I was doomed to do certain things, well, that was your decision. Everything is a choice. But I will say this, drugs definitely urges you on one side of the fence or the other. Either if you're using, it's easier for you to say, well, I live here, I'm doing this, I'm a part of this, it's okay for me to go this direction, because that's what society, social media, and the people around me say that I'm supposed to do, right? But if you see that and you avoid it, then you already know that there's a great possibility that you're going to find your way out of it. Crime comes from the lack of mental mental capacity to move past the situations that you're in. If you decide to do something that you weren't supposed to do, and you're talking about because of poverty, that was your decision. Mentally, you decided to do the things you did. You got people who live in good homes, came up with both their parents. Should I have both of my parents? I'd have raised more hell on a little bit. So I just feel like drugs is another catapult to put people in positions to be okay with substandard and neglectful living and understanding. That's just my opinion on that.
Linnea, Mac, what y'all think?
It's never a dull moment.
I agree with the professor saying though, because I know a lot of people that was raised in bad neighborhoods and poor environments that's actually doing well in life right now. Like their cousin may be doing 15 right now, but it's not necessary that if you grow up in a certain area that it's only one way that you're gonna turn out. Like Professor said, it's a mindset. It's where you want to be in life. Some people get pissed off that they're in the situation that they in, and then put their mind to a place to where as though I got to do what I got to do to get out of here, and then others just accept it and just go with what they doing and just accept what's handed to them. But some people say, fuck that, I'm not staying here all my life. The minute I get a chance to get out of here, I'm gone. So it's all about mindset. Big G, what's up, baby?
What's up, G? What you about to say, Linnea?
What it do?
Well, I was just gonna say, well, they legalized weed in some areas, but the crack pen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I don't know how I feel about that. Bad enough, growing up in the crack era, You know, the first thing I'm thinking, if we have this crack pen, we're gonna have mofos trying to get a hit, and like, let me look at your alternator. That's what that's giving me. So I don't know.
And then you got to take into effect too. Where you plan on selling it? You know, are you going to sell it, or are you going to give it away? Where you going to store it? Because at some point, somebody going to want all of them.
And they're going to skim off the top.
Right. I mean, you know how people do. You see what that dude did with the vaccination cards. So if they start bringing out cocaine pills, somebody's going to legally find a way to get their hands on them and be selling them in the street. They're going to do something to them, fuck it up, and have people out here dying.
Right. So I'm not too comfortable with that. At least with cannabis, it's a plant. So that I'm a little cool. I'm cool with, because there is, you know, research saying this does this, but the crack pen.
So I'm not. Is it legalizing drugs or just legalizing a high? Because if I can give you the same sort of high and something else, so are we legalizing a specific drug or just the idea of being high? It's okay for me to sell you something to make you high.
So I don't
put a crack pen without putting crack in it.
Thank you.
I was having a conversation with my father about drugs, and he was saying that he can remember when alcohol was illegal, when they were doing bootlegging,
prohibition.
And he said, right, and he said, you know, as soon as the government figured out a way to make money off of it, that's when they made it legal. Same thing with cigarettes. At one time, it was a problem with cigarettes. He said, as soon as they figured out a way to make money off of that, they moved forward on it. Same thing with marijuana. They pushed it to the public. They figured out a way to make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's cool. To me, I think everything boils down to how much the government can make off of things. They don't really give a fuck about whether or not it's killing you or good for you or bad for you. They just want to be able to control the population and figure out what your moves are going to be, what you're going to do, where you're going to be at, how you're going to do shit. I mean, just think about it for a second. First of all, you don't really see the medical marijuana shops in very good neighborhoods. You very rarely see it. You might see one sprinkle here and there. You might. And not that I've been looking for them, but if I drive past it, I would say, oh shit, there's one right there. So I could imagine if they do a crack pen, they're gonna put it where people that use crack is located. If it's cocaine, it might be in the upper class areas. But then again, I go back to the same thing. They're gonna put regulations on it to where you can't do certain things in your life if you're utilizing that service. If you have that card and you're doing that, they're gonna put stipulations on your life. They're gonna hold you from doing certain things. And I mean, some people, the drug is stronger than anything else, and that's just what they want to do with their life. Some people wake up every day. You ride past those medical marijuana spots, they got a line all the way down the street, and you got to say to yourself, "Damn, you don't line up to go to work. You don't line up to get in your motherfucking job that way, or find a job, but you'll line up every morning to get some marijuana." What was you doing before that shit was legal? Were you smoking every day, just buying the shit off the street, and that's it? No job, no nothing.
What say you, G?
You want the crack pen, yo?
Nah, I don't want the crack. I don't want the crack pen. I don't know. I think like certain things that they have is geared towards black people, no doubt about it. Why it's got to be a crack pen? What about the meth pen? Where the meth pen at? I knew back in the day, you know, I knew some white guys that was doing Special K. It was like a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was a big thing. Like I remember going to somebody's party, and that's what they was doing. They was in the kitchen making this liquid into a powder, and they would like either put it on their gums or put it in a cigarette or put it in the weed or something like that. So it's I think the problem with the whole drug thing is the recreational drugs. And you see it, promethazine, they got they got a cough syrup, and it's a drink that's very popular amongst the black community. You know, kids is taking Percocets, and you know, it's drugs, and it's not. The fucked up thing about it is it's labeled by the color, not of what it is. You know, like white people snort cocaine, but black people are smoking crack. It's the same shit. One got baking soda, one don't. You know, one you snort, one you smoke. It's the same thing. So if we talking about a crack pen, it ain't gonna be no different than going to buy 8 ball and putting on your table and chopping up like Tony Montana and snorting it up, going home, beating your wife and shit like that. You know, it's the same thing. So I think the fucked up thing about it is, you know, when you think of crack, you think of the 90s and the early 80s and the black people and how crack fucked up, you know, black people. But white people do cocaine all day, every day. Don't nobody say nothing about that. White people making mess in their basements and blowing up neighborhoods. Don't nobody say nothing about that. It's drugs. People are gonna get high. Like what Rudy was saying about his dad. My dad can tell you stories of how, you know, they would go get model glue, put it in a bag and sniff it, and it was called huffing. You know what I'm saying? Huffing the bag. Fucking aerosol cans, and you know, people want to get high. If you just want to get high, to each his own. Get high, brother. Get high.
People trying to escape. That's all that is. People just, they want to escape the reality. But I'm like, when you come back down, you right back where you at.
And then you get high again in the morning. It's called a wake and bake.
Yeah, but you gotta take more to get that euphoria.
So the problem is not the. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, G.
I was saying the problem is not so much wanting to get high and high and high and high, but you do want to get higher, and the people that's getting higher are ODing, and that's the scary part about it. You know, motherfuckers want to be that high. You know, just jump off a fucking building if you want to get high, but snort your coke, smoke your crack, and your marijuana.
Let's get some comments out of Instagram. So Nell says, so many folks have no aspirations. Just he said, it's for the compensation of the government to keep niggas out. My dreams come true. She said, that's what Snowfall is all about. They have to find a way to fund all these wars. And Nels agrees. What's up, Faces about Cree? So on the same lines of what we are discussing, I'm going to play another video. And this was the ad that Louisiana Senate candidate Gary Chambers had put out. So figure we might as well stay on this same train. So let's go ahead and look at his ad.
Arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. Every 37.
So, Brother Chambers.
I see you, homie. That's what's up.
Bruh. So, what do you think about Gary Chambers' ad? And this is from his page. He said, I hope this ad works to not only destigmatize the use of marijuana, but also forces a new conversation that creates the pathway to legalize this beneficial drug and forgive those who were arrested due to outdated ideology.
Man, I don't know. I don't know. Hope that ain't for his campaign or no shit. That was
a campaign ad. That
was down. No
that nigga look like he ready to go rob somebody or something. That's some gangster shit right there. Like, nah, I don't know. I don't agree with it as an ad. I mean, if this was just, you know what I mean, if he wasn't running off of this, just, you know what I mean, just his opinion and he created this as an ad, that'd be cool. But this shit, and it ain't even legal yet, right?
I don't know if it's legalized in Louisiana.
I don't smoke no weed, but I'd vote for him.
I'd vote for him too. If you that bold to do this shit, I'm voting for you.
I don't know about this about a matter of being bold. I remember, what was it? Kwame Kilpatrick had a Detroit. What was they was doing like cocaine in the mayor's mansion and shit like that. And the only problem is he got caught.
If the DC man could get caught and get reelected, then hey, he was
on crack. Yeah, I would vote for him. I mean, he has a point.
Let me ask you a question. And of course, it's going to be far left, but that's a curiosity question. Would you be okay? You need heart surgery. Would you be okay with your doctor smoking before he cuts you open and do your heart surgery? Just yes or no. Don't add nothing to it. Don't take nothing away from it.
I would, and I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, good.
What's up, Wayne?
Yo, because I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I worked with people, and when I used to have hair, I would not let my barber cut my hair until he smoked. Like some people just work better after they smoke. Like, yo, I knew motherfuckers in construction. Yo, if they came in that bitch high, I say, stay away from me. You ain't working with me today. If they came in there sober, you're not working with me today. Because there's certain people that I know that if you ain't smoked, you gonna fuck everything up. So, yeah, I would.
Okay. All right. I just think that I think that we're in an age where what we're seeing now is what we kind of could have predicted was going to start to be the norm. Remember, I said a while ago when you saw the shit that happened with Clinton and the Monica Lewinsky shit and how that shit went, and going forward from that time period, going forward to now, politics has totally changed. Like this shit ain't even serious no more. Like everything is almost like I said, like some WWF shit. I swear somebody will come out with a mask on, with their shirt off, and running from the back. Yo, sooner or later, body slam somebody. Yo, the shit is going to happen in the campaign name.
And this
because we're reaching further and further away. I'm waiting for a gay man to come out like Nas X and do some Nas X shit and try to make that his campaign. Because shit, why not? I mean, everything else is fair game, so might as well add that shit to the pot too. I just think that certain things should be done in the privacy of your own home. What you do in your house and what you do with your family, or you cool with, then cool. If you wanna push those policies, then push the policies. I ain't got no problem with that either. But let me ask you, just something for you to think about. Rich white America, right? Those are really the people that put politicians in office, regardless of what we want to believe. We could believe that our vote counts and all that shit. Okay, great. That's nice. But rich white America is the ones that put people in office, right? And if they don't think they can make some money out of you, whether it's manipulating the black community, helping the black community, helping the white community, helping whoever, or manipulating whoever, if they don't think they can make some money out of you, they're not going to deal with you. And ads like this, what that says is your earning potential is limited, because there are certain people that are just not going to deal with you just because of how you presented yourself. So I think it was I understand what he was doing, but I think it was bad taste for what he's trying to get involved in.
I think sometimes as a people, we get lost in appeasing and appealing to the wrong group before we get into a position to do shit like this. Like, I think he should have got through the door first, and then now you can piss all over the carpet if you want. I mean, do whatever you want, but you got to get in the fucking building first. NJ Rich asks, he says, I'm not a fan of legalizing all drugs. We have all seen the effects in our community, but he had posted a question. Oh, here it is. So if they legalize crack or cocaine, will they let all of those people with drug charges out? That's a lot of motherfuckers.
No, because they didn't do it with the marijuana. Why would they do it with that?
Good question. Yeah,
that's a good question.
It makes sense. Makes sense though. I mean, what you're saying make a lot of sense. But you know what? I can only speak from my experiences with different things. One of the things my father said to me years ago was that if you're involved in certain parts of the game, eventually you're gonna have to take somebody's life. Now I know some people might feel like, well, that's a little far left. It's really not, because if you're in the drug game and you're making a certain amount of money, violence comes with the territory. I mean, y'all watch Power and all that shit. You see how that shit go, and that's real life stuff. That's how it goes. Maybe not to that extreme, but in some scenarios it may. But the reality is, thinking that drugs does not have a negative effect on the community is it's like believing in the white rabbit on fucking Alice in Wonderland.
I'm reading. I'm trying to scroll through the comments to find some opposition to his commercial, but I see none. From what I'm looking at, he got all the votes he need right here. From the comments, like he got
shit. He might get
elected.
Yeah. Anything is possible.
People love getting high. People love getting high. Have you ever heard two people arguing about who was the highest?
No.
Yo, they will beef back and forth. Shit, nigga, you were higher than me because I had this and I had that, and I was like, people love getting high and they brag about it, they argue about it. It's funny. Shit is
yeah,
funny.
but when you start talking about cocaine, though, who smoked the last little bit of the rock up, and now we fighting because you just stole my lighter, you pulled it too hard, ain't no rock left for me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm fighting. You see New Jack City?
Yeah.
Man, yo, did you see what the fuck was that movie with Nicolas Cage when his brother was making a fucking a map of Peru with coke and he knocked that shit on the floor and yo was mad as shit and started sniffing the carpet. Yo, oh my god, man. He was like, "What have you done?" and started sniffing the carpet and shit.
Well,
but I can guarantee you, it's like everybody that get high on coke and heroin and all that, they're not poor. They're not living in poverty. I know professors that get high. It was when I was working up Hopkins, it was a doctor that got locked up on fucking Eager Street, standing in line waiting to cop drugs. So
it's a documentary.
Getting high.
Right, it's a documentary of the black man. He was a college professor talking about how he would get high. If he had like $200, he was going to buy some crack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying that crack is all broke motherfuckers trying to steal your VCR and let me borrow your car and shit like that. But I mean, it's just not a good look. Like, why? Who thought that was a good idea?
Somebody's trying to push it to the community. Somebody's trying to get. Yeah, they trying to legalize it. They trying to figure out how to get around it. They're gonna lie to you like they lied to you about the vaccine, and then they're gonna.
It don't take long for that ship to come back around door. That train is never late.
You say they put a whole mandate now?
I saw somebody talking about it.
I think that's some bullshit.
All right, well, that's enough drug talk. I think we done got enough felonies tonight. In Philadelphia, Philly gun owner fatally shoots one of three men trying to steal his car. Relatives of the victim want the gun owner in jail. He did not have to shoot him. It's a car. All he had to do was call the police. You don't shoot someone out in the street over a car.
Say what? I got to get to work.
So
and this was a pretty quick one. Like this one was all over. Like, so did he go too far by should he be held liable for shooting this man for stealing his car?
So that's like one of them touchy situations where you would hope that you would never have to be on either side of that spectrum, because and I said this when I was living at that house, people work too hard for their shit to let somebody come and destroy it or take it from them. Like, you don't know that man's scenario. You don't know what he had going on. That might be his only means of transportation. That might be his only way to go get his daughter, get his, keep his job. He might not have been able to be late no more. Maybe he been fucking up all week, all month. And it's one time he got to be there on time. or maybe he just don't want nobody taking his shit.
Right.
You know, and for you to say, to have the audacity to say he ain't had to shoot it. The nigga ain't had to take my car. Let's start there.
Exactly.
Amen.
Let's start from the beginning. He ain't had to take something from me. That wasn't his. It's not that he didn't know. He didn't drop his keys in my car and wanted to get them. You know, I just, you know, it's a sad situation because the fucked up part is the man might wind up getting convicted for something dumb like that because they might say the person wasn't a threat. Just like we talk about the police officers and he ain't have a gun and all this shit. They might say he wasn't a threat.
There was a dude here, an older man that got locked up for shooting a boy for breaking into his car. They sent his ass to jail because I think he shot him in the back, and they say he was. They saying the dude was fleeing away, so he wasn't a threat. But how you know he just wasn't on the passenger side of the car when I shot? How you know the guy went towards me while he was breaking into that motherfucker?
Right.
So my dreams come true said when he decided to steal, he made his choice of the consequences.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But ain't there some shit? It's somebody telling you, okay, yeah, he was doing something wrong to you, but you could have found a better way to deal with it. Like, how the fuck you gonna tell me I could have found a better way to handle something when, like you said, Professor, he ain't had no fucking business touching my shit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you teach kids: don't touch anything that is not yours. You didn't put in on it. You don't touch it. No, I was saying this is what you teach kids from as young as 2 on up, and even as youngins. You don't go in mommy or daddy's room. You don't touch nothing. That's all this is. He touched the man's car. It was 3 of them. He let off. That's the exactly. You die.
And I'm just.
I want to play. Shabazz had posted this on his page. I'm trying to find his video, but y'all go ahead. But Shannon had just had a good comment, and because from what y'all was saying, like Mac was saying about the dude who shot the little boy, it was 3 of them. Right. So if it's 3, I don't know, but the family wants charges, like,
and they probably gonna get it, yo. That's what I'm saying. That's the fucked up side. The man did what he felt as though was correct. How can you dictate how he felt about that in that particular moment? The dude was doing something he had no business doing. Was it unnecessary force? I mean, I guess it could be viewed that way. I could see a jury convicting him behind that. I could see that happening.
All right, let's check this out real quick.
Yes, what's popping? Now, this is an unfortunate situation for this man's family. He's 51 years old, got killed, stealing somebody's car.
51,
right? And the family is asking for justice. Now, technically, you can't ask for justice for somebody who died doing something unjust, right? Most people would be like, well, he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. However, the family does have a position in asking the law to do something on their behalf to the person who killed this man, because in the state of Pennsylvania, you can't kill somebody or shoot somebody because they were stealing. If it wasn't an active carjacking, he can't shoot them. If it wasn't actively breaking into your home or robbing you and you protecting yourself, you can't kill them. But I tell you dudes all the time out here in these streets playing games, when you in the streets playing outside, your family can become the beneficiary of your actions. So you can't be doing things and then your family be left to carry the weight and the pain.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude probably wound up getting convicted behind it. Cause I mean, like I said, I could see where a jury would convict him. I could see where a judge might even convict him just based off of the situation. The man wasn't a threat. He didn't have a weapon on, or at least they haven't said anything about a weapon. Yeah, I mean, I could see how he could get away with that and wind up going to jail. For murder. God damn.
First of all, why you fucking 51 still stealing cars?
I'm gonna tell you why. The crack pen.
Damn.
The crack pen.
at that point, you're supposed to be educating, or you supposed to turn the corner. And now here you go. Now yo. Oh man, that's crazy. Like when he said his age, that threw me back. I'm like 51. Like what the fuck? Not that I wanted to kill
exactly.
but like you 51, y'all here still trying joyride and shit. God damn, this nigga New Jersey driving at the motherfucking senior center and shit. Jeez, yo.
I'm trying to get to work too.
Right, bruh. God damn. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and shuffle on.
So look. I know this ain't this just some comedy shit, but so it's a dude that I play cards with, right? This motherfucker is, how old is he? He almost 70 years old. He was up in Delaware, and he got a ride out there to Delaware. He ain't had no way to get back to Baltimore. What he did was he pretended like he was the valet and took somebody's keys and drove their fucking car all the way back here to Baltimore, yo.
Smart man.
And see, that's the type of shit you only see in the movies. Like, I ain't never seen nobody get away and really be able to do that shit for real.
The crack pen, yo, I'm telling you.
That's an Uber for your ass.
A fucking crack pen to do it every time.
Well, you are tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big G is here. The professor, a.k.a. Slowpoke Rodriguez, is here. Linnea is here. Mac is here in the background. And we are enjoying this Tuesday, doing what we do, talking how we talk, and exploring the wide internet. I know y'all saw this. The lady that went off on the school board, and Virginia mother threatens to show up to her child's school with every single gun loaded in opposition of the mask.
Damn.
No, shoot.
Going to jail. Going down.
Sorry, my screen is
right.
Freezing
right,
up.
Mike?
Yeah. Even though I know you don't really give a shit. You're just looking for a good funny and shit.
Screen is white, yo.
That's because it's loading, yo.
My children will not come to school on Monday with a mask on. All right? That's not happening. And I will bring every single gun loaded and ready to, I will call every.
That's 3 minutes. You come past your time. It's a policy. Thank you.
They're like, I don't want to hear that shit.
I'll see y'all Monday.
Oh, she said, I'll see y'all Monday.
My children will not come.
Listen.
They need to lock her ass up. Man.
They did. She's been arrested.
Yeah, fuck that.
She was arrested, but people are really serious.
Yeah, they're mad because so let's look at something, right? On one hand, you might say, yo, that's extreme, but on the other hand, yo, you got people that really are recognizing the fact that their rights as Americans, however you want to look at it, is being violated. And because their rights are being violated, they feel like I'm ready to take everything to the highest level, whatever that means to them. So they doing everything. She ain't the only one that said some shit like that. She ain't the only one that behaved that way. I know people right
but
now.
You want to justify it though. It's no I mean, it's extreme, but you're talking about a fucking mask. You talking about coming in here and killing everybody. You gonna bring all your guns. Well, you bringing your guns loaded. Like what the bitch? It's a mask. Keep your raggedy ass kicking out.
Right, you're right. You're absolutely right. But the reason why it comes out is because people are tired of their rights being violated. That's
fine. So stay the fuck home. Like you talking about bringing guns. Like why is it that the violence of you not wanting to wear your kids to wear a mask? You talking about bringing guns. Like that's really what's wrong with America. You talk about your rights being violated. Like, okay, rights being violated. Stay the fuck home. There's an alternative to everything. The alternative is you either wear the mask or you stay the fuck home. But now you talking about you want to bring guns. So now you want to do like bodily harm to a nigga. Why can't it just be stay the fuck home?
I agree, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is, why would a person say that? What is the reason that a person will behave that way? It has nothing to do with the mask.
The crack pen.
Not the crack pen, yo.
Bruh. Seriously, it don't have nothing to do with the mask. It has everything to do with people being tired. People are tired of this whole rhetoric about the mask, The whole rhetoric about the vaccine, they don't agree, they don't have a choice, might have lost a job, child, dumb as hell anyway, and they can't teach them from home. So now they saying, okay, if the child don't have a mask on, they can't come to school. Well, if the child don't come to school, that means I got to stay home from work. I might be the only provider in that household, and damn it, I don't want to do it. And I don't want my child to have to wear the fucking mask. Yo, I'm upset. Guess what? I'm gonna go get the pistol. How about that? That's how that works. That's how she carries. Now, and that's probably a major part of it. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. I think the better alternative is to stay the hell home. If I was sitting in a PTA meeting and they said your child has to have a mask on or they can't come to school, in my mind, I would have said, well, I'm not gonna bring my child to school then. If that's how I felt about it, I'm not gonna get up and make a scene and she had a whole damn piece of paper to have a conversation about what she was gonna say about the mask mandate. What you think they're gonna say? Oh, well, since she said I'm gonna bring the guns to school, I'm gonna go ahead and say they can come with no mask on. She didn't have no intentions on that changing. She just wanted to come and get her point across. That was all she was trying to do. And she got it across in jail.
Now who can watch the kids now while they home because they don't wear the mask?
Social services.
I bet social services make them put that mask on.
Yeah, social services gonna put that fucking mask on.
Yeah. So when you end up in jail and the kids wearing the mask anyway.
Now
crack pen, yo.
Gotta call grandma.
Grandma putting the mask on the motherfucking kids and sending them to school because she don't want to deal with their ass. She got bingo at 2:00.
Yeah, grandma don't smoke. She's like, put that goddamn mask on.
Right.
You end up in jail with your mother.
Yeah, before I whip your ass.
So they're gonna end up with a mask on anyway, and the only thing you got out of that shit was jail time.
Yeah, pretty much.
All your guns taken that she was discussing.
And a cheese.
If they was registered, I hope they all was registered. Because if not, yeah, them kids.
This motherfucker said, "I see you Monday." She said, "I see you Monday."
She did. That just goes like the brazenness of that shit. Like, look.
I'm telling you, they're entitled.
So look at the balls on this bitch. Pardon my language, but if I was one of the teachers, I'd have been like, yo, the balls on this bitch. I'm like, God damn.
Got some big kahunas.
I'm like, shout out to the lady that told her she had to get off the microphone. Like, yo, that could have ended bad for her. Like, yo, she might have been able to get her talk on. Once she started talking about bringing them guns, I'm sitting there, I ain't got nothing on me. I'm like, go ahead, let her talk, girl.
Shit. When it's one of their own, it's a little different. It's a little different.
She said your 3 minutes is up. No, you only get 3 minutes. She said, okay, I'll see you Monday.
Yeah.
Damn.
She started talking about that pistol. The pistol talk, she was like, your 3 minutes up. My hell, this dumbass shit.
She was already texting the dude next to her, like, call the police. My dreams come true says all of our rights have been violated at some point. This is the law of the land now. It is what it is. She says, or buy yourself some land out of the country and take your crazy ass on.
Pretty much.
Ain't gotta wear a mask if you got your own land. Oh man, but yeah, but she has been arrested. Amelia King. Damn, that's her name. See, now if they ain't show a picture, that could have been confusing. So Amelia King has been arrested for everything that you think she should have been arrested for. What time? Where we at? We coming up on an hour. What's next? Shannon just sent me an article that says what's her name? Jenny Mae Jenkins and Jeezy are raising their newborn child to be gender fluid. What does that mean? What is gender fluid?
It means when she feels like a boy, she's a boy, and she feels like a girl, she's a girl. Androgyny. She's androgynous.
That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all.
And that they got it's crazy you brought that up because Kim watched this show. I don't know, it's one of them Tyler Perry shows and shit, right? And it's a dude on there that said he was raised by two men. So he don't judge and look at things different way. But this motherfucker be doing feminine shit and weighing feminine things, but try to still act manly. And the part that I saw is they was in a bar, and the dude came and hollered at his girl, and he felt disrespected because he was sitting there. So the dude looked at him. He got his shirt unbuttoned. It was a see-through, like a knit shirt and all of that. He looked at us like, "Well, my boy said that y'all wasn't together. Y'all was just friends." He's like, "What make him say that?" So dude looked him up and down and shit. And yo really got mad. Like, but I think that's what when they say gender fluid, that's what they talking about. Somebody like that wear female shit, but don't consider it feminine, or vice versa.
It's
both of them.
It's Sisters. A show called Sisters.
Yeah, that's a person with a both of them. Oh my God!
I was confused.
So what is that?
Both of them.
Just sort of both of them.
Yo.
Is that gender fluid?
That's a both of them.
Yeah, that's confusion right there.
Nigga said this is a boy, this is a girl, and this is a both of them.
A both of them.
Mister. They call you Mister?
So was that a female that just looked like a nigga, or did a nigga actually get?
They had waist beads. I don't know.
I don't know, yo. I don't know what's happening, yo. I'm gonna tell you, man. Yo, this shit like some Fifth Element shit out here, yo. I don't know what the fuck is happening in this world, yo. I'm telling you, yo. Like you don't really know what the fuck be going on. Like you might see the most prettiest woman in the world and get home and she gotta give you a fucking essay before she take her clothes off. Hold on, I want to talk to you about something first.
Let me tell you.
What the fuck you need to talk about shit? I don't want you to be mad. I ain't want to tell you when we was in the club. Hold on, that's when you say, Let me go get my pistol real quick. I'll be right back. We talking.
Yeah,
Jesus, Joe.
Oh Lord.
Both
yeah, that was
both of them. No, that's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But Joe was a thug too, though.
Yeah.
When I mean nighttime.
Sorry.
Yeah, that shit's scary, yo. It's a scary world out here, buddy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine somebody like that approaching you and you be like, "No, I don't go that way," and they look at you like, "What way, motherfucker?" And they square up on you. You know what I mean? Or pull your strap out or something. It's like, yo, really?
Yeah.
So NJ Rich asks, is being gender fluid a lack of discipline?
So I don't know if I would say it's a lack of discipline, because the parents are the ones that's allowing the child to make that decision. I'm a firm believer in, as a parent, that you're supposed to guide children's decisions. I think a lot of times as mothers and fathers, they wind up allowing children to make decisions that they don't really understand yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you have to be instrumental in that child's life. Now, once they become an adult, they're no longer under your guide, your rule, then they can decide to do whatever they want to do. You have no control over that. But if you're just going to say, well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to open this door, and if you run out, you can stay on out there. If you stay in here, then you just stay in here. And if they run out the door, you just shut the fucking door and say, oh, you decide to go outside. You know what I mean? That's the end of it. You know, where's the direction? Where is the parenting at? There really is no parenting. And I know what it is. Everybody want to get with the times, and you know, that's supposed to be cool. Allow my child to decide what he wants to be. But is he or she really deciding? Is he really deciding? I was looking at something a while ago and said people really don't make decisions anymore. They just regurgitate what they've seen multiple times. Right? So if society is constantly pushing the idea of homosexuality, does a child really decide that they want to be heterosexual, or now listen to how I just worded that. They got to decide if they want to be heterosexual. not decide if they want to be homosexual. Now it's decide, do I want to be heterosexual first? You know, as opposed to what the natural law is supposed to be, or what we perceive the natural law to be.
That's crazy.
But you know, if that's what they want to do, they like it. I love it. Go ahead, do what you want to do. I just know that, you know, if I had children, that I wouldn't want to just stand back and let them be, you know, go with their own devices. And you know what? I feel like a child would grow up and resent their parents if they realize that at some point this is not the direction that I really wanted to go. And I wish my parents would have taken a more active role in my decision making.
Yeah, for real. And that sounds like a lack of fucks given. It's just like, fuck it, do what you want to do. Like, that's
Dina says Jeezy and his wife are enforcing their own views on that baby before it is able to understand either gender, developmentally. Sorry.
Right. That's crazy.
NJ Rich also says that the lack of parenting a lack of discipline.
Hell yeah, a lack of parenting is a lack of discipline. If they're not doing anything, are they really parents? They just mothers and fathers.
And Jeezy going along with it. I'm looking at Jeezy all different. Ever since he got with this girl, Jenny Mae, she got on my nerves before she got married to him, but she's just out there. No, she does. She irks my soul. Like she and then she gets with Jeezy. Jeezy showed her a whole new world. Now this goofball, she just irks my nerves. She plucks my nerves.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. She probably showed Jeezy a whole new world. That's why that's the way he is. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker done got the strap. So now he good. She done tuned his ass up.
We gotta save him. I save him.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. Let's I don't even know what direction to take y'all in now.
What about Regina King's son? What about that?
Oh yeah, he committed suicide. I saw, and I went back and I looked at some of his posts because people were like, he was kind of on a upward trajectory with his everything that was going on, but then he had one of those cryptic posts on Twitter that was like, you know, Instagram isn't for him. And I keep telling my kids, like, because Chase likes to play video games online. I'm old school. Like, I don't need to be playing somebody else on. Like, I don't need all that shit. Just put me in a room by myself. I'm fine. But Chase, like, all she plays online. And of course, when you play online, you open yourself up to criticism, people saying anything to you. So it does worry me sometimes, especially. Well, it don't worry me with Aiden because he already got his account suspended because of what he done said to people. Like, they didn't put his ass off of PlayStation. Like, they said, little nigga, goodbye forever. But with Chase, you know, I get worried. You know, she might be a little sensitive, but that's what I try to tell them. Like, look, it's just words. Like, it's the internet. Like, as long as don't nobody put their hands on you, and I can't say it enough. Like, if don't nobody put their hands on you, like, who gives a fuck? But it's really people like
the internet gangsters. They ain't like us. We be like, meet me outside at this time. It'd be a whole crowd.
We used to get cracked on in real time, face to face, right there with an audience.
Right.
Yes. And you
like,
learn.
Come on, like,
you beat up.
What happened to the whole sticks and stones may break my bones, but words have never hurt me? What happened to that?
Bump
that nigga got his ass whooped.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with. I think we start off parenting one way, but with everything around us, I think we kind of bend somehow. Because I catch myself bending a little bit to things where I'm like, oh hell no. Nah. And I think that's just what it is sometimes. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes Shannon say I'm too tough on Chase. I'm too tough on all the kids, but I mean, what the fuck? I am tough on Chase, yo. I didn't used to be, but she's starting to get on my nerves. Like, I really like.
I told you 7 years ago, whoop her ass. You was like, no, I don't want to hear her. I was like, shit, I'll whoop her.
Wow. You will leave my niece alone, G.
No, he did. Mike wouldn't whoop her. Mike wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I get it now, though. boy. And I try not to. I'd be like, Shannon, you better get her. But if she caught me one good day, and I had to give her the business, like, and it happened real quick too. Like, I'm like, yo, enough is enough. Like, but just building him up. Like, what you think,
Mac,
G? Like,
wait a minute, Mac. I remember Mike punished Aiden. He whooped Aiden and punished Aiden for stealing his own candy back off of the dresser. So Mike took Aiden's candy. Mike took Aiden's candy. Aiden went and got the candy back off the dresser. Mike whooped him and punished him for stealing his own candy back. I think Aiden was a revolutionary. Give me my shit back. I had to tell Aiden, take it at night when he go to sleep. Wait till you go to sleep to go get your candy back, Aiden. Don't do it right now.
Right. They're different. They're built different. These kids are
Chase on the other hand got lotion, that smelly lotion, all up her elbow. iPad still got lotion on it. Smell like Japanese cherry blossom and shit. But Mike swore up and down. Chase didn't break the iPad. Get the fuck out of here. Whoop her little ass. You should go whoop her right now, Mike.
She just ran out the house. Her and Shannon went to go feed the homeless at the women's shelter. Feed the women at the women's shelter.
Okay.
They went to go do that. So shout out to them out there making a difference, being better than me. Kevin Samuels.
Back at it.
Oh yeah, he back at it.
He never stopped.
Oh no, he don't stop. Let's go ahead and
Like
play this.
Nighttime dates. Ladies, if you don't want sex to be on the table, then don't go out after dark. If you go out,
I ain't know you'll put music behind. Let me play another one. They got music all behind it and shit. I need to start previewing this shit before here we go.
And understand, when I mean dates, I mean nighttime dates. Ladies, if you don't want sex to be on the table, then don't go out after dark. If you go out after 5 p.m. with a man, sex should be on the menu. If you want to keep it strictly platonic, date between the hours of 12 and 3. And understand, when I mean date.
All right, I'm
gonna play it. You won't get none if I take you out to breakfast.
Nigga, I'm getting ready to say, if we go to Applebee's at 12 noon, nigga, I'm trying to fuck. What you talking about?
Shit. Time frame ain't got shit to do with it.
Ain't got shit to do with it. We go to Applebee's, we'll get a 2 for $22. I'm trying to get some ass too. It could be 11:15 in the morning. I don't give a shit. Applebee's ain't even open yet.
Right.
We can fuck before we go to Applebee's or something.
Like shit, we gonna hop and then you gonna hop up on it.
What you talking about?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it don't matter. It ain't no time frame.
Goddamn time frame.
But so you all are saying he's 100. You don't see no comment like just off base 100%.
Yeah, it don't make everything he said don't make it has no weight. It carries no weight.
All right, let me present. Well, let me play this rebuttal and then I'll go into what I was going to say.
Somebody sent me a video and it was a gentleman telling women that if they don't want to sleep with a man, not to go on a date after 5 p.m. I'm all for personal responsibility. So what I'm finally realizing is what women have been telling me all along. Is how about we stop telling women to have these crazy restrictions and we start telling men to be more responsible, to grow up and to mature. How about we tell men that just because you take a woman on a date at 7 p.m., it doesn't mean she owes you her body. We got to do better. We got to keep going.
She might not owe me, but she need to think about it though.
What?
Now, let me tell y'all how I see this whole thing, and let me know. And I know y'all gonna tell me I'm way off base. Let's take it back to your grandmama or your great grandmama.
My grandmother had 13. My grandma had 14 kids, so
but
I ain't calling her a hoe. I ain't calling her a hoe, but you got 14 kids.
But he wasn't showing up. But he wasn't showing up to take her out. at no 8, 9 o'clock at night. It was
they probably was fucking in the middle of the day though.
It don't matter. Everything was
14
happening.
of them. It's 14 of them.
With the same man?
She's married though.
Yeah, it's 14 of them.
With the same man?
It's 14 of you. The oldest we know, but it's still 14 of them. She got 14.
She got 11 with one, 3 with another. That's a fucking good ratio. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's a lot of goddamn fucking.
Well, back then it wasn't nothing else to do. It wasn't no Instagram and shit, so you ain't had to worry about your woman scrolling up and down Twitter all night long and shit.
I mean, you can only plant so many vegetables and look at so many little shits to be like. What do you fucking watch the 5 o'clock news and then you fuck at 5:45? I mean, I don't know. You make a bowl of grits in the morning, then you go back to fucking. I'm just saying, there's 14 of them, so don't use my grandparents.
Anybody's grandparents that wasn't G's. Even though my great grandparents had like, I think they had. I don't want to talk, but that's just what they did back then. But the point is, the times were different then.
Right.
My point is, if what you're doing isn't currently working and you're still fucking single, maybe you need to fucking switch it up and do something else that may just work.
What if you just want to be single? You just want to fuck and eat Applebee's.
And this wasn't for that. This was if you're out here looking for this, then you may need to go by these guidelines. If you out here if your vagina is Rucker Park, then you go hoop all day long, baby. You let the gym is open 24 hours. Then you can go out whenever you want to. Cook out.
I will say that as men, I guess we should not be looking for sex on a date. But like I said, if I come up your house and fold your clothes, I'm trying to fuck. I mean, what I'm saying is, you gotta know the person that you dealing with and the person that you talking to and the person that you trying to, I guess, so much court. Like, if this is what we doing, this is what we doing. The problem comes when now you think your pussy's better than Applebee's and now we can't get none.
If a female call you at 10 o'clock at night, G, and be like, hey, you want to go grab something to eat? No.
Am I hungry?
Man, it don't matter. As a man, you shouldn't expect sex. But if you call somebody at certain hours and say you want to go grab something to eat, it's going to run across your mind. Oh, I think she might be trying to go.
Not 10 o'clock. 12 o'clock, absolutely. 10 o'clock, because I might be hungry at 10 o'clock. I just want to go get something to eat.
So you wouldn't even have to worry about this stuff like this if people just be honest about what they're looking for from jump.
That's true.
Just be honest with what you want from jump, and then we ain't got to worry about. I can let you know if we're gonna go eat at the 5 or not. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is what you're looking for. If I'm looking for the same thing, we could do it. If not, I'm gonna tell you go fuck off. But start being straight up with people, and then, like I said, and 9 times out, you'd be surprised that how you could get what you want faster if you just tell the truth. Sometimes.
I know every guy out there is looking for that woman that they bump into and be like, look, I like you. Let's go out. Now, you might get lucky. I ain't saying all the way lucky, but you might at least get a hand job tonight. Then we go out again. You might get a little bit more lucky. Just put it out there. Like, I think women are afraid to let guys know, like, yo, I am a freak, but might not be with you. Like, don't be scared. Like, let that lion out the cage, baby. Like, don't be scared. Like, just voice it. Like, ladies, don't be scared. Like, it's 2022. Like, all that shy shit and holding your tongue and all that. Like, just be upfront. Like, look, if this date go good and I like you, you might get laid. But if you fuck up, you taking me home and you gonna have to go call 1-800-RENT-A-HOE. And
no 1-800-RENT-A-HOE.
I mean,
that's hoes everywhere.
I think I just don't like him. So I will never agree with nothing that he says. Even if he's right, I'm gonna still go against it. I just don't like that nigga.
See, that ain't
like right. he irks my soul. Like, I mean, I feel like, yeah, like you said, this is 2020, 25 or whatever it is, but but I mean, like, as an adult, I mean, his sole purpose in life for me just seems like he just wants to separate men from women. Like,
Yeah.
what the? It's nothing. I don't think I've ever heard him say anything positive about getting men and women together. It's always
I don't see how y'all take this negative. See that you just
you
don't.
are
No matter what,
no
he
fuck
could have
him,
came out and
fuck
said
him.
that. He could have came out and said, "Man, it's a lovely day today." And you'd be like, "Man, I don't even like the way that nigga said
Man,
that shit."
it's snowing out this bitch, and you and fucking it's snowing. It ain't no fucking love. Fuck him. I just don't like. That's all.
So on IG, my
But
dreams come true. She says a woman is going to do what she want, when she want, day, time, or evening.
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty much.
And he talking about in the daytime, like he make it sound like y'all vampires or something. Like ladies,
But it's the old school element to it. Like, look, if we dating and going out, Shannon said
what's
I'm
the
a
old?
groupie.
What's the old? Yeah, you definitely a groupie. You are. What's the old school element of it?
You gotta
Well,
think you talking about
because
that's
I don't
when
care what y'all say, yo. Like, yo, you're back in the day, like you probably with like back in the day, you're like, yo, wasn't nobody coming to pick nobody up from your house at like no 9, 10
Yeah,
o'clock
but
and taking them out on no date. It was court. It was a way to court.
right,
And
I gotta go ask her. I gotta go ask her father if I can take her to the soda pop shop,
Yeah.
and
and
then
people today would laugh at that and be like, oh man, that's some goofy shit. But look at things now and look at how they were then. Maybe we should look back and take some of that fucking purity from when our peoples was growing up and bring it into our lives today, and maybe shit wouldn't be so fucking crazy.
back then you gotta think about it. You had supper at 5 and you was in bed by 7. So there wasn't nobody coming through the house after no 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock. You was already in bed, especially if you had Big Mama in the house.
Yeah.
And plus, you had to look at the family. That's why they did it the way they did it.
Shannon said, nigga, I went out many times at like 8 and 9 and I didn't fuck. Well, Shannon, we don't know that. Like, we'll investigate that on our own, okay?
Yeah.
Don't I don't know. Like, I don't know is all I can say.
y'all know they're gonna fight when she get home. They're gonna fight when she get home. I'm telling y'all. Don't call my phone, Mike. Tell me she whooped your ass. But I got cook. Yeah, she gonna whoop your ass.
My dreams come true. She said the problem is not us being shy, but once a woman gives it up, as a woman, we are not just. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I can't see all of her comment. She said, as a woman, we are not just fucking without a purpose.
Right.
I agree with that. And even guys, we gotta be more upfront and honest too. Like, if you really out here just sport fucking, like, don't lead her to believe, like, don't do that no more, man. Like, just tell it. Like, you would be surprised, guys, how many women out here thinking the same way you are. Like, you would be surprised. And
Wait a
if
minute,
not, somebody else probably is. Just keep it moving. Everybody.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something else funny too, though. But to be honest, it's a lot of guys out here that's really not looking to fuck you. Like, some guys just want to take you and get something to eat. Cause that's why I said, am I hungry? Like, if she called me at 10 o'clock, like, I might be hungry. Like, I just really want to eat, and I want you to go the fuck home. Like, don't ask to come back to my house, or don't ask me to do nothing after this. Like, I don't. Nope, I'm full. Take me home, or I'll take you home. But don't think you coming back inside and drink this Taylor Port, and I'm gonna slide. Yeah, nah. I just wanted to eat. Go home. There's a lot.
Sometimes that's a setup too, because she probably looking at it like, shit, I'm hungry. I want something good to eat. Who can I call to get to pay for my shit?
I'll pay for it if I'm hungry. If I'm hungry too, you get a free meal. You call it the free meal crew. I don't give a shit. I was hungry. We're gonna go get this 2 for $22, and then you gotta go home.
Sometimes you just don't want to eat alone. So you'll sit through a meal with anybody, I guess.
Shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know about that.
Shit. Nah, not
Sometimes
me.
you just want to take the shit in the house and be done with it. But I mean,
wrap my shit up. I gotta go.
get my shit to go. But nah, I don't think every man is out there to be trying to fuck everything moving. You know what I mean? Just because I take you out to get something to eat, like, it's really just to get something to eat, and you gotta go the fuck home.
Well,
so we're gonna take it back to supper at 5.
That's
Your
right.
ass better be on your date and back in the house by then.
Most motherfuckers ain't off work by 5, so
true.
Man, y'all done fucked up the churches.
So that means you can only date on your days off.
Now we only going on
Yeah,
Sunday.
what the fuck was this about? Like I was late to this party. Like what the fuck was this about? Like what is this? Is this
it's an upgrade?
Is this the new man 2.0?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? What does the rose have to do with it though?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the new thing. The Rocky hearing people saying using the rose, but how the fuck do you use a rose? How did she use a rose for? I don't get it.
Clitoris.
I'll see you the video, Matt. I'll see your video, Matt.
Hey, did you see? They got a hammer now too.
I'll send you that video too. You gotta get on Twitter, Matt.
Yo, shit.
Twitter.
Crazy.
I'll tag you, Matt. Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say.
So does the rose part squirt water or something? Like what
no,
that ain't that rose. That ain't that rose squirting that water. Mike,
no.
I'll send it to you too, Mike. Twitter, Mike. I got you, Mike. Twitter.
No. What the rose do is they'll snatch the soul out of us women, and then
I saw what the rose do.
What? But I
saw what the rose do.
Shannon need to get off the internet now, yo.
The
rose. So the rose part is like a vacuum.
Yes, Lord.
Wait a minute. You ain't gotta be.
That sounds like some spurts right there.
Wait a minute.
That's some spurts.
Wait a minute. God damn. All right. Back to what was it? Yeah, Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say.
Exactly.
Shit.
Suction.
No penetrance, just.
Yo, so y'all just don't need us no more, huh?
Damn,
over for niggas.
We got.
They ain't never needed us.
It's over for us.
It's like a crack pen for women. That's it.
Look,
they ain't never needed us.
My dreams come true. She said, I hear it's fire too. And if she'd have put one more O and 2, my goodness. She said it licks, the woman squirts. No, she said it sucks and the woman squirts. She said, no, we need y'all. I can't tell. Because as much as I've been hearing and seeing about this, oh yeah, y'all need us, what they say, to shovel the snow. Somebody got to take the trash out.
I even posted a picture of the rose with a shovel the other day when it snowed. But I tell you what's crazy though. But it's I think like even like we are fucked up as people. You know, it's always to the extreme. So we went from vibrators and rubbing one out and all that other shit. They got this thing, it's like a half a woman, and the niggas is like smashing this half a woman, and like they holding it and they rubbing it on their jaws. It's like that. What kind of weirdo shit is that? It was, before they had like sex dolls and blow up dolls. To now you got a half a woman about that tall, and you, get the fuck out of here. The hammer shit. The hammer shit, they got a little suction thing with the little tongue thing be flicking up and down, and it sucks like a little pea cup type of thing, and like they just take the fun out of sex. Like, just call me in the morning.
Call me when you're done. Oh. But see, this is where the contradiction comes in. Now, ladies, if you walked in and saw your lady doing her little rose thing, you wouldn't immediately run. But let a woman walk in and see you with that fake vagina on your tip or the half a woman, they out the door. You dirty, nasty mother.
They gonna whoop your ass. You cheating then because it's a half woman. You cheating then.
Linnea, we lying?
No,
tell me.
No,
okay.
No, you are not cheating. As long as it ain't an actual factual woman, you gotta.
So you walk in and see your man with the vagina and the can on his penis. You just I'm
sitting there watching.
Oh Lord.
Okay. You sitting there watching
me. That's bullshit. That's bullshit if I've ever heard it.
I'm sitting there.
Now we arguing at dinner talking about that's why you got that half a bitch in your dresser drawer. Like what? Yeah. Should have never be the same.
Can't wait to bring it back up. As soon as you do something wrong, why don't you go grab that bitch out the dresser?
Yeah. You got a half a bitch next to your Jordan in the closet. Get that bitch out. Yeah, no, I'm good.
And don't let it be white. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh, don't get it
Oh
white.
shit.
Oh my God, yo. You done.
That's all they had. That's all they had was the white one. They didn't have no black ones. They don't come until next Friday. Yeah.
You know they always late. Black
They
women always late.
That road's been marching since 2020.
For real?
2021. Yes.
I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah.
It's a,
that ain't the only one. They got the squirrel.
The what? Wait.
Squirrel.
It's
And it ain't
over,
like old
fellas.
school squirrel. This is the
So
new
is
school.
that so that's connected? That's like a rose and a
Yes, and a hammer.
oh y'all was on some shit right now.
Let's just go to their page real quick. Cause is this the only thing they sell? Because you can't have an Instagram
No,
page.
I'm telling you.
That's the only thing on the whole page.
No, you got to go up. They should have a store.
Yo,
They
so,
have a
so this is
store.
what y'all talking about right there.
Yeah, that's the original. Yes,
Oh,
Lord.
so this is the one piece.
That's the one piece.
One piece.
That will snatch the soul of a woman. You ain't got to worry about her cheating.
Shit, she already cheating.
And she done peed all on
that drawer.
Mac, she done peed all on your bed. Now she got to pee on the bed. She done peed all on the dresser. Now you gotta wipe your TV off.
Now I can't even talk shit.
See, road snatchers.
$95.
She done peed all over everything in the house. Now you gotta fucking throw everything away.
Yo.
No, you don't.
Y'all doing too much.
So now how you going to threaten your woman now?
Oh,
like,
they even got
so you ain't want to cook. You ain't want to cook. You ain't getting none of this tonight.
Yo, they can even get this. They even got this shit on Klarna. You could pay on payments to get your shit. Yo, 4 payments, $23.75.
Damn.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh man, yo, it's over for us, yo.
Yeah,
it's over.
So your woman, she ain't getting none tonight. She like, fuck it.
Okay, fuck it then. Fuck it. Go grab that soul snatcher.
Right, you come back in there and shit. She meditating. You like, levitating and shit. You like, what the fuck? You got the soul snatched.
And I don't care what none of y'all ladies say. You walk in and see your man in there with the vagina and the jaw on his penis. You gonna think that was the most disgusting thing you ever seen in your life.
That's some women. I can't speak for them. I only speak for me. I'm watching.
See, they need to make one like the mechanical bull. You just get under it and push a button, and that.
Oh shit! Oh man!
You could be on Twitter, G, just have it playing a game or whatever.
Well, I'm shocked you didn't go into the little link because they have multiple toys. They even got one. I don't know if you ever heard the remote. They got the remote ones too.
I did see the thing where the girl let her boyfriend play with the goddamn control.
Yes.
Like that would be cool though.
I'm pissed.
That would be cool. I want to do that.
You
I'm
would
gonna be in trouble. I definitely would. That shit would be on high every time.
I seen the panties like that where you can control and just hit the button whenever you want. Oh yeah. I wait till we get in church. I'll be jamming the hell out that button, yo.
Oh, she be calling for God.
That'd be the best part.
All 12.
Look, anytime y'all be in the mall or something, she start walking, you hit that button. Has to drop down to her knee.
Will crumble up.
Look, NJ Rich said, it's a way to separate families. Without these toys, you will be forced to work stuff out. That toy is an easy way to be like, well, like Max said, well, fuck it.
Yeah, I ain't fuck it. I talk to you in the morning. Ain't no working shit out.
All right, I got another video. This one I didn't listen to. You all let in. It just says, I don't know. Oh shoot.
Women, they're raised to be a wife.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real. Say that again? Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. If your daddy wasn't shit, I'll raise you alone by myself, be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their guard up ready. The Spanish girl is raised to serve. They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on it in Spanish about da, 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 da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up my own plate, she gonna say, "That's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him." Women, they're raised to be a wife.
So what y'all think? Is what he's saying offensive? Is there some facts to what he's saying?
Well, first of all, I'm tired of niggas always speaking on women's issues and shit like that. Like, drink your water and stay your bum ass at your mother house, you raggedy bitch. He lives with his mom. He lives with his mother. I'm almost certain that his mother takes care of him. So he again, here we are, another Kevin Samuels type motherfucker. Shut up, you raggedy bitch.
Really?
There's no.
How is that? How is that
Yes,
speaking on a woman's issue though?
Because why is it that
if I'm
no.
out, if I'm dating, and this is what I'm running into, I
that
gotta
means you
figure,
running you running into some raggedy fucking women, and to say that black women are made to be independent and all that other shit, like a lot of women, most women with daddy issues may have a problem, but when you have the structure of a strong woman and family oriented, because that's what we are as black people. I don't give a fuck about daddy not being there. Family's everything. So even as a girl that has brothers, her mother may raise her in a house where she's gonna take care of her little brother. She's gonna probably make his meal. She's gonna probably feed him. She's gonna probably get him together. She's gonna probably put him to bed. So to say that you run into a couple raggedy bum bitches that don't do this and don't do that, that's not cool. Like,
but
who the
that's
fuck
not
are
what he
you?
said. That's not what he said, though, G.
He's
That's not what
saying
he said.
that
He
black
said
women are raised to be independent.
and he said they're raised to be independent and
They're
strong
not
and to
raised
do for themselves. He
and
never
not to
said
be a wife.
he
Right,
never
play it
said
again.
not to
Play it
be a
again.
wife.
Play it again. Play it
He
again.
never said.
Play
He
it
never
again.
specifically
Okay,
said.
run it again.
He
Run it
just said
again.
how
Run it
each
again.
individual was raised. He
Run
never
it
put a
again.
negative connotation on
Run
the
it.
fact
Run
how
it
a black
again.
woman was raised, though.
Yes, you do. Yes, he does. Run it again.
He
Run
does
it
not
again.
put a negative
Run it
connotation on it.
again. Run it again.
But why isn't a black woman raised that way?
Most black women are raised to be independent. Remember, let's be real. Most black women are raised to be strong, tough, independent, and don't take no shit. Because daddy wasn't shit. I raised you
Negative.
myself. Be a strong black woman. So they come into the game with their.
Your daddy wasn't shit was negative?
That daddy wasn't there. Negative. My father was there. What if our daddy was there?
Then that
Keep
doesn't
going.
fit. Then that doesn't fit this scenario.
It doesn't fit any of what he's saying. So keep going. Play the rest of it. The Mexican girl. Play the Puerto Rican girl.
Guard up ready. The Spanish girl is raised to serve. They be cooking for their father at a young age, washing the dishes, washing the table, mopping all Saturday morning. Let's face it, they're raised to serve. If one time I swear to God, I'm at a girl's house having dinner. I got up with my own plate, put it in the garbage, put it in the sink. Her mom spazzed on it in Spanish about da, 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 da. Now, in the black woman's house, if I get up my own plate, she gonna say, "That's a damn good nigga. He got his own shit. I like him." Women, they're raised to be a wife.
Get the fuck out of here, Mike. You and Kevin Samuels. Y'all forgot you and Kevin Samuels was buddy.
Oh Lord.
No, I just don't like y'all grabbed the most negative. So now let me put it this way. We've played this same thing that somebody else has said before and nobody said shit about it. But now that it's coming from somebody outside the race, now it's a problem.
Black, white, it don't matter who says it.
We played the same thing from another black person before.
So
Said the same way. Same way.
We probably had the same reaction.
Ain't nobody have a problem with it. Ain't nobody say boo. Ain't nobody even sneeze. Ain't nobody say COVID. But now, so now that the Hispanic guy is giving his take on it and talking about how Hispanic women are raised and giving a scenario.
So now he's saying his Hispanic women are better than black women?
That's what he said.
I'm asking you.
That's what he said. No, he's just giving his breakdown of the fact that, and that's what I said. Is he being honest or is it offensive?
Offensive. I'm offended.
Well, you always offended. Linnea, is he being honest or offensive?
He's giving his experience due to his observation. But I have to say, as myself, if there's a guy in my house and we're dating, I usually fix their plate. So he's not. So it don't apply.
Where'd
to
you
me.
get that from? Is that just something you just decided to do?
I'm Southern bred. So my great grandma would serve the men first. My mom didn't do that. But me, I was like, well, if it's the person that I'm dating and we're, that's just me individually. I can't speak for the other ones.
So that was how you were raised. You were raised to, that's how you were raised.
Right.
A black woman. A black woman.
Exactly. Okay.
A black woman though.
But after a while though, once he's comfortable and I'm comfortable, yeah, go ahead.
Shit, you ask some black women to fix your plate, they be like, shit, ain't nothing wrong with your hands.
That's my mom.
That's
my
G,
mom.
Stop, G.
That's you probably made her mad.
How many women? So all the women you date fix your plate?
Absolutely.
Is it because you said something, or that's just what they do?
That's just the way it is. Like for real, nigga. When I was a kid, we didn't eat in the house until my father got home. Like my mother would have everything already cooked, and you was not eating until that nigga got in the house. Like you couldn't touch you couldn't touch nothing. You go in there and think you're gonna sneak a piece of chicken. Juanita was whooping your ass, so you already knew that you could not eat until my father got home. And we would all sit down at the table. And my father would get his food. We would get our food. We would sit at the table. You couldn't watch no TV. You gonna sit there and wait till my father eats before we could eat. He had to be home.
So are you all?
So I don't expect anything less than that. I don't expect anything less than. I'm not saying that if I'm in the house, I expect you to make my plate every time.
Right.
But like if me and her come to your house and we sit down for a cookout, she's gonna make my plate while I'm sitting down, and then we're gonna eat at the same time. But for the most part, yeah, absolutely.
I just call it hospitality.
Absolutely,
so Linnea,
it's not right.
Linnea, you got a son. Mac, you got girl. So Mac, is this something? Do you instill this type? Like, what about your girls? Is it independence or is it? I don't want it. I don't like serving.
You don't want to say it's
not. It's
well, I mean that's how Kim is. So yeah, they picking that up from her. If we go out somewhere and like we over somebody's house, whether it's my family, her family, whatever, we having something, she will fix my plate. And the girls are like that too. If they bring one of their friends over for something, they'll fix the plate for them.
All right. So now, honestly, without all the bullshit, percentage wise, how many young women are still being raised like that today?
A lot. I would say a lot.
It depends if they have
I wouldn't say a lot.
I
think nowadays grandmothers is 31. Like they still clubbing and they don't even know how to cook all the way for real. So it's just like
that's what I'm saying. We don't have big mamas.
Right.
Big mama's 30 years old.
Exactly.
Grandma, shoot.
I mean, I think so. I have a son. My son is 7, and he knows to open doors for women. He's gonna hold the door. I'm trying to get his bitch ass on the yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. But right now that's kind of hard because you call his name, he'd be like, "What?" or he'll say, "Huh?" And I say, "What you say?" And then he'll correct himself. But I mean, I feel like as black people, we have to be better. We have to do better. I do have an 18-year-old daughter, and she's horrible, but that's her mother. That's her mother doing. Like her mother never really had a man. She couldn't cook when we was together, so I can only imagine what the fuck she's doing over there now. But
Lord.
I mean, yeah, it might be some shit where some shit that has fallen off and some shit that don't get done. But to say that black women aren't this and black women aren't that and black women are this and black women are that, fuck you. And I take offense of it because I'm a black man and I love black women. I love, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, of course I'm gonna feel some kind of way. So you keep your Mexican, Puerto Rican ass over there, and I'll keep my black ass over here.
But you also gotta understand from the Latin culture that it's machoism. So the women, they cater to that. Some of those they cater to that.
What,
It's
taking
their
care of a
culture.
home? That's what NJ Rich said. It's not really about the plate. It's just taking care of a home in general.
Yeah. In other words, you're making the house peaceful. You know how to cook. You know how to clean. When someone comes in your house, they can use your bathroom. You don't have to give them a long story. I mean, but again, I was raised on Saturday. It was cleaning day. So I know how to take care of a house. I know how to wipe down the floorboards and all of that, the woodwork. Smells nice in my house. I vacuum.
You only know what you're taught. Like,
right.
You only know what you know at the end of the day.
Right.
Everybody's not getting the same education in their house on how to live, how to be, or even how to survive in the world.
I think my biggest thing is I want to be treated. I want to be treated. I'm gonna treat you the way I want to be treated. So like I have no problem with making her plate, but I'm gonna make her plate like it's my plate, and it's gonna be a bunch of shit on there, and you probably not gonna either eat all of it, or it's gonna be something that you're not gonna want. So, I mean, you probably better off
You just
making your
gotta
own
do it
goddamn.
Right. That's what you do.
I don't know. Whether I felt he was honest or offensive, I really didn't feel either way about it. I mean, I didn't take it as a generalization of every woman in America. I just took it as his experience of the women that he's run across and he's dated. That's all I
So
took.
how were you raising your daughter?
Huh?
For her badass. How were you raising your daughter?
Yo, you think I'm joking, yo? I don't even talk to Chase that much no more. Like I can't, yo. She's very disrespectful to me, yo. Like, yo, I work for her, yo.
Yep, you should have whooped her ass 7 years ago.
I don't talk to Chase. I just want Chase to be like, I mean, I go through the same thing you said, call him and it's the what. Like, my thing is manners. Like at this point, I'm just trying to get my children to check on your grandparents. Don't just call people when you want shit. Make sure you say thank you. Like, just get the simple shit done for me right now. Like, that will carry you a long way in life. Just basic manners and pleasantry, man. So that's what I'm working on. Shannon is working on all the other lady things. And that's what I'm working on. And then and I'm the disciplinarian. When somebody step out of line, I wave the sword. So that's all I'm doing.
So you get your ass whooped by the kids, ain't Shannon?
Bruh.
One day, y'all, I'm gonna record to show you, yo. I'm the king of this castle, yo. I don't take no shit, yo. You think I do, yo? But I run this house with it, yo. I rule with an iron fist, yo.
I hear you. Had your ass tied up in the basement, sleeping on Simba's old pillow and shit.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
It's Simba's pillow, though.
Man, I ain't fucking with G. All right, this is my last. I think this will probably be the last one right here. This one I haven't seen. I think Dina sent this to us.
Listen, I don't know how to say it, and I don't know who needs to hear it, but our kids not gonna have no teachers next year. I just need y'all to understand. I live in North Texas. As of right now, 8 superintendents have resigned. They make high in the 300,000s. Easy. They're not coming back. They're retiring. They're resigning. We have districts right now that have shut down or extended Martin Luther King holiday, basically. And they'll be coming back Thursday or Friday, simply because there are so many cases. They don't have subs. They were combining classes. That means 50 to 60 kids in a classroom, because the average is 25 to 30. And so teachers are out with COVID. They're just putting them in these spreader events, like combining classes. Kids are in classes without teachers. And masks are still optional in several of these districts. Almost all of them, masks are still optional. I need you to understand that next year, teachers are not taking this abuse, and we will have no teachers for our kids. Listen,
Oh,
I don't know how to say
I
it,
ain't no shit.
and I don't know.
The remix. So, what do y'all think? With everything going on, and Shannon and I were just talking. Shannon and I were just talking about teachers because they sent us an email about sending in donations to the school to stock the teachers' lounge with snacks and shit. So I'm like, snacks and shit. I'm like, well, when I was in elementary school, like the one thing you want to do was see what the fuck was going on in the teachers' lounge because you want to know what teacher was smoking and shit. That was when you could still smoke in the building. And shit.
Exactly.
You wanted to get in the teachers' lounge, and I got in there one day, and there wasn't no fucking snacks in there. It was just a fucking coffee machine and a refrigerator. So I'm like, why the fuck Chase teachers get snacks and shit? Like, why the fuck is we buying snacks? And every parent in the class, that's a lot of fucking snacks, yo. Like, but shout out to the teachers. That was just me venting. Shout out to the teachers. But so what do y'all think? Everything going on with COVID and all of that, like, do you blame the teachers for just saying, like, look, it's just
toxic. It's a toxic workplace. It's toxic. All these and the administrators are just as bad. We're gonna have to homeschool the kids. I mean, we already got a taste of it last year.
Mm-hmm. Didn't y'all go back to virtual learning? Y'all back off of that in Baltimore County? What was it?
No,
Baltimore County?
I'm in Baltimore City. He's in person, but he was virtual, and then they broke it. They gave a few parents the option of sending their kids to school. So between I think March up to June, he was they kind of did alternate days. They were in school for 2 days, and then they were virtual learning for 3. Oh, I hopped on that boat.
Yeah, this whole COVID thing is definitely changing. I know y'all. G, you sent me some stuff. G, you got to remind me when you send me shit on Twitter too. You know, the DC vaccination mandate. Remember when I told y'all I went to Philly and the lady told me at the IHOP I needed to be vaccinated to eat the goddamn sampler and shit. No, I didn't have my card. I was mad at she let me in though. Hope she didn't get fired. But now it's DC. And I think it says started on January 15th. Customers 12 years and older will be required to provide proof that they received at least 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine. On February 15th, the requirement jumps to 2 doses for those who received Moderna or Pfizer. What's accepted: original copies, a photo of the CDC administered Vax card, other verification apps including Vax Yes, Clear, or MyIR. Customers 18 years and older must show identification for entry. Where is it enforced? Indoor areas at restaurants, lounges, bars, hookah bars, pool halls, bowling alleys, wineries, breweries, sports venues, live entertainment venues, gyms, banquet halls, and other event centers. And the Baltimore Aquarium.
Yeah. So that means I plan on going to a Wizards game next month. I
realized Slowpoke was there. How long you been standing there, yo?
About 10 minutes.
You a fucking 10-minute lie.
I believe you because I was in there for 15 minutes. My goddamn self. Send a message to the chat. I sent a message to the chat thing and everything, and it looked like somebody responded to the motherfucker and still didn't let me in.
My bad.
Like, damn.
So the trajectory of everything going on, you know, what do you guys think as far as like this whole, you know, now you got to show your card, you know, G, you were on here when we talked about my trip to Philly, right?
Yeah.
Nigga only pies, whites only pies. Now you whites only pies now.
I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. Because sooner or later, the people that's not vaccinated, you know, you as a restaurant, you still want those dollars too. You still want that, you know, you want carry out. I don't want carry out. I want to sit in. I'm coming to Applebee's for my 2 for $22. I need to sit inside because I might want 2 beers or whatever. But I mean, it sounds cool, and it's something that's going to probably force a lot of people to get vaccinated. But at the end of the day, the people that's not vaccinated that still want to go out, you still going to want their money. So sooner or later, they're going to have to lift the restrictions where going in and fake like you got a, you know, like you had the shot, and we still might let you in. Or know somebody that knows somebody that got the shot, and we'll let you in.
It's gonna get to a point where they're gonna do that shit like ladies' night, unvax night. Wednesday night gonna be unvaccinated people night. Come on, then.
Oh Lord.
This shit is getting retarded, man. It's getting ridiculous.
So, the funny thing about this whole vaccinated and requirements. Now, I will say this. So, when we first started this discussion, and we were talking about mandates, somebody brought up the fact that private businesses do have the right or should have the right to decide if they want to have people in their business that are vaccinated or unvaccinated. So from that standpoint, I agree. I think they should have the right to make that decision. However, I also want them to keep that same energy when this blows over and they say you don't have to, we're not enforcing any mandates. You don't have to be vaccinated to go into these establishments. Keep that same energy you had when you said you didn't want people to come in there that was unvaccinated, and the people that's unvaccinated that wasn't supporting them before, don't support their ass when they open back up. Do the same shit they was doing before. Let them close the fuck down, because if that's how they want to carry it. You're right. You choose to do what you want to do, but just stand for something if that's the stance that you want to take. If you want to take on it. The other thing is,
you don't have nothing new.
I don't think it's going to last long, like G was saying, because money factors. It's going to weed out a lot of small businesses. Where was I at? I was somewhere, and I noticed a whole bunch of businesses are gone. Was it Federal Hill? I think it was Federal Hill. I was going through Federal Hill, and I noticed a lot of those little small bars were gone. A lot of those little small businesses, like the little shops that were selling like little stuff in not Federal Hill, Fells Point. The little shops around, they're gone because they couldn't withstand the pandemic. And then when it came back the second round, they was like, yo, there's no way we can withstand this again another whole round. We barely made it the first time. So they're gone. So now on top of that, you're saying that we're gonna enforce this mandate. The fucking aquarium need to be ashamed of themselves. People don't even go to the goddamn aquarium, and you talking about you gonna put a mandate on it?
It's hot.
You should be glad a motherfucker go in a little dirty ass place. So they should be paying other people to go in there. So I mean, I'd be surprised if it lasts any longer. And the most glaring thing to me, in all seriousness, is that Biden has intentionally been trying to push a worldwide mandate on the public as far as vaccinations are concerned, right? But the Supreme Court keeps knocking it down. The part that is crazy to me is that the Supreme Court keeps knocking this down because they see that there is something that is in violation of human rights or American rights or whatever you want to call it. There is something that is missing from this puzzle that the common citizen has to read between the lines and see that we don't know. That's going on in private conversations. So again, private entities, they can do what they want to do. They want to decide that you can't do that. You can't come in a certain way. Federal government, they want to move in a certain way, and they say that. And you know what? B actually told me that something came out recently that changed the mandate for the federal government too, right? So you don't have to be vaccinated now, right?
Right.
After y'all got vaccinated, right?
Ain't that some shit? Right. Where they can take this shit out. Where I can get this shit taken out me at.
Well, there is a way. There is a way.
I'm quite sure it is.
In 9 months, the alien gonna bust out y'all ass, and it'll all be gone. You ain't have to worry about
it. Yo, I was so pissed when I got that email. I'm like, these motherfuckers, yo.
But then they give you like a timetable that you had to get it done.
Yeah, the timetable was like next week, get it done or else.
It was like back in I think it was October. You had until October last year to get fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like you have to decide: do I need to pay my bills, or do I want to be homeless?
Right.
And that's the crazy part. that's the sad part about it all. And like we've talked about numerous times, I joke about it, but I don't fault nobody for taking the vaccine, just like I don't fault nobody for not taking it. You do what's best for you and your family, what makes the most sense for you and your family. If you are the breadwinner or your money is a major contributor to the bills that is being paid in your household, then fuck what everybody else think. Fuck with what I'm saying. It matters what goes on in your household, because at the end of the day, you're the one not going to eat, or you're the one going to be homeless and trying to figure out what to do. So, you know what I'm going to say? Damn, yo, you should have took the vaccine.
Lord, oh man, that's man.
All right, Bo. We got 5 minutes. I'll let you all give your wrap ups on anything that we've discussed so far tonight. Any final thoughts? We'll flip a coin. Ladies first. Lene, I'll let you go first.
Oh well, all I gotta say is February is coming up. So ladies, if you don't have a man, get you a rose.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Upgrade. I don't have a man. Get the rose.
So females don't want souls nowadays. This is what you saying.
So they
huh? You talk about sucking souls out and shit.
I saw the video. I saw the videos. It was too much. I had to laugh.
All right, G, what's your final thoughts?
I've been dealing with that Regina son's suicide all weekend, and I got up and I heard it, and it kind of fucked me up. You never know what a motherfucker's going through. I've listened to people call, when people commit suicide, you're selfish, and like how dare somebody do something like that. I'm dealing with. I had a cousin that killed himself last year, and then I have a friend of mine whose brother just committed suicide the day before Christmas, and his birthday is actually today. His birthday would have been today, so you never know what somebody's going through, and it's not even to deal with the depression of it. But I mean, I'm not saying that I'm suicidal, but some shit gets rough, and you be like, fuck. If I wasn't here, then I wouldn't have to bear whatever struggles that one's going through. So I say that to say, man, check on your strong friends. Check on the friends that you don't talk to a lot. Check on the people that run through your mind. Sometimes some people just want you just to give them a call or a shout or a text just to say, hey, I was thinking about you. So I've challenged everybody, tonight for the rest of the week, at least reach out to a friend of yours that you haven't talked to in a while. Some people just want to be loved.
Mm-hmm. Back on.
Mac, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ain't really got nothing. But we don't want Antonio Brown. Tell him to keep his ass where he is.
Y'all got him.
We don't want his ass.
Him and his brother, him and his cousin Hollywood.
Shit, well, I don't even know if we want Hollywood no more.
There you go. You call that motherfucker North and Greenmount. You put them together.
No. Oh. What the rest?
Professor.
So before I said what I was going to say, like G brought up a really good point, and I've been listening to a lot of stuff that Kevin Gates has been talking about lately, and he definitely on to something, and you can see that he's gotten a very big change in him. He just did a YouTube video, and he put up an Instagram post. What he said, December of 2020, and he said he actually tried to kill himself. He had every intention on killing himself, and he told a story about he was in the gym and about how a guy stopped him and told him that if it wasn't for him, that he would have killed himself a long time ago. He said that the music that Kevin puts out, the way that he deals with certain pain, it helped him cope with some issues that he was dealing with. And he said, man, without you, there'd be a whole lot of people out here just lost, right? So I say all that to say, to go back to what G was talking about, and we've talked about on the conversation thing I had. Yo, as men, a lot of times we don't we don't share the emotions we need to with each other. We don't feel comfortable with talking to each other, letting each other know how we feel and what we have going on, you know. And we got to stop always assuming that everybody's okay or they're going to be okay. We got to talk to each other. We got to check on our well-being and be serious about it. You know, it's a time to joke and it's a time to be serious. And sometimes we got to be, you know, a little more serious about, you know, checking on each other's well-being, just like G said. But on the other side, my final thing is make sure that when it comes time that everybody gets their crack pen and they utilize it to their fullest potential. All right, crack pen, 2021.
Oh.
Crack pen.
I appreciate y'all.
2022.
I appreciate all of y'all. Everybody tuned in, everybody checked in with us, riding this ride for the last 2 hours. Well, 2 hours.
Yeah.
On the notes, I'm trying to keep them at 2 hours because that's the only way I can use them as replays. If it's 2:01, we can't use it. But we definitely appreciate everybody for checking in. I appreciate you guys for showing up. We'll be back next Tuesday. I think we got a guest next Tuesday. So we'll be back next Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all be safe. Enjoy. There's no music tonight because I'm hungry. I'm tired. I just got back in town from work. And I'll holler at y'all.
All right. Love y'all. Be safe.
All right, y'all.
Peace.